Wow. That was tough. Shot his pregnant girlfriend 9 times. He lied based on a report and said that he shot her 3 times as she reached for the gun. Really? Really? I didn't buy that from the jump. The mother is bringing this story, hope to bring awareness, and I hate to say it, it's going to fall on deaf ears. Oh yeah, it will fall on deaf ears because a lot of women, you can't tell them nothing. They're like Kanye, you can't the song, you can't tell me nothing until they end up in a situation, unfortunately, like this. A friend of mine, we go over trading strategies. As you know, I love to trade. And he said, oh my goodness, we were discussing a stock, Mele, M-E-L-I, Mercado Libre is very expensive. And I think it's like $9.49 a share, something like that. It's an expensive stock. He said, wow, that's a widow maker. You know, like if you short it or you do an option or if something goes wrong, the widow maker, some people, you lose a lot of money, and some people can't handle it and they unalive themselves. So called the widow maker, for those who didn't know. Most of you already know what that means, the widow maker. And I thought about that and I'm like, you look on the screen at these dusties, these are the orphan makers. Someone mentioned in the comments, seriously, these are the orphan makers right here. This could have been avoided, but she picked up dust for whatever reason. All the description, listen to this. Don't tell me this is not a dust bucket. They lived together for 4 years and she having his 3rd child. And look what he did. Pretty much a kept man. Listen to this part. Did you catch this part in the video?
Me. The couple had lived together for 4.5 years. Franklin mostly stayed home with the children, while Marissa worked full-time as a medical assistant and dreamed of one day running her own online boutique. She took care of him, her babies, herself, kept a full-time job.
What? She took care of him, herself, and the babies. So he's not employed. She wanted to get an online boutique. Why couldn't he be out there in those streets searching down product to get it started? A lot of things you see online, a lot of that stuff comes from garage sales, estate sales, Goodwill. So why couldn't he be productive and maybe go get the items from Goodwill, launder them, let her go through them? Okay, what should I do next? You can do something. Okay, clean them, get the items clean, get them measured, post the pictures up, get on the website. You can't get your own website. There's too many out there. eBay, all kind of places out there. ThredUp, all kind of places to sell online clothing. Macari. Why couldn't he do that? Take pictures, post them. Go get a storage. Put the items in a box and I guess label them. Bada bing, bada bing. Set up accounting methods. It ain't hard to do. It's just work. Dusties don't want to work. Get a debit card. Put X amount of dollars on a debit card. Use that card to buy the merchandise. Pay for the storage on that. Set up accounting. Well, we can't afford that right now. You know how to, you have a scanner? Keep the receipts. Label the receipts. Do a spreadsheet. This day, merchandise, X amount of dollars. That way you can see what you're tallying. Post them up on more than one website. Oh, that's right. That seems like work. And they don't want to do that. They don't want to work. But go ahead and support them. Like this lady did, unfortunately. And what happened? She ended up getting murdered. That was a telltale sign of a Dusty right there. What did she say?
The couple had lived together for 4.5 years. Franklin mostly stayed home with the children, while Marissa worked full-time as a medical assistant and dreamed of one day running her own online boutique. She took care of him, her babies, herself, got a full-time job, had insurance. He never did anything. Why didn't he just shoot himself if he didn't want to be around her? Franklin later told police he and Valdez had been under a lot of...
Now, listen to this part. Listen to this part. And they still not getting the memo. Listen carefully.
Stress, had been arguing all the time about their relationship, about money. He said he felt like nothing he did was ever good enough for Valdez. He also mentioned that one of his biggest fears was not being able to see his children all the time, but having to pay child support.
You hear that? Most people fear, I won't be able to see my kids in case we break up or split up. What did they say about the Dusty man on the screen?
Like nothing he did was ever good enough for Valdez. He also mentioned that one of his biggest fears was not being able to see his children all the time, but having to pay child support. He mentioned, too, that Valdez and his mom, Franklin's mom, were the only two people in his life.
So his biggest fear, not that he wouldn't be able to see his kids. Oh, no. Not that. His biggest fear was that he'd have to pay child support. I'll be darned. I did a video. You think these men love you, Mike? That's his biggest fear. That's his biggest fear. Not that I won't be able to see my kids. Now his biggest fear that he will have to pay child support.
About their relationship, about money. He said he felt like nothing he did was ever good enough.
Because you don't do anything, bum.
For Valdez. He also mentioned that one of his biggest fears was not being able to see his children all the time, but having to pay child support.
That's your biggest fear. Something is wrong with these men. Something wrong with them. Entertain them if you want. How do you not want to pay for your own child? This is your DNA walking around the earth. This is your DNA, part of you. And you don't want to pay for them. Oh, but check this out. In true Dusty fashion, think about it. They don't want to pay for their kids. But guess what? They want everyone else to pay for them. Make it make sense. They don't want to pay for their children, but they want everyone else to pay for them. And we are paying for them. $50 billion liability, boy. $50 billion liability dust bucket. You don't want to pay for your kids. We paying for your kids and for you. I paid for many kids, don't have any. We're paying for your kids and paying for you. The entitlement. And you think they love you. They don't. As I told that baby mama, and I know she didn't like it, and I told her the truth. I said to her, the man does not, your baby daddy does not love your child. No, he doesn't, because our responsibility is on you. He is gone. So he said, let child know, look here, you 2 or 3 years old, either your mama take care of you, your grandmama, or get a job, because I'm out. He out at 5,000. He's gone. He's not there because he does not care. She got mad at me. It's the truth. I better take care of that car he has. Can't take care of your child because he doesn't want to. He doesn't love your child. You're in the same city. Girl, wake up. He does not love the child. He does not love you. That's why he walked away. He's eating. Is he picking up, okay? Is he picking up the phone to check on the child, spending time with the child? No, he doesn't care. He's not able to financially, okay, is he coming to see your child? He doesn't care. He doesn't love his kid. Don't want to face it. This man didn't love his kid. He didn't love her. He found somebody to treat him like a kept man. You hear the mother said she worked full time as a medical assistant. She took care of herself, her children, and him. He did nothing. A true certified dust bucket. And see, more of this is going to happen because you're going to have more women getting laid off. Oh, more of this is going to happen. I did a video on Patreon. It's true. These low income workers, and even as people on regular jobs, the lower wage workers, your job is going to be you're going to be replaced by a lot of the immigrants. Okay, that it is what it is. And you don't believe me? Stick around. I promise you, it's guaranteed, sweetie, sir, ma'am. Because they can lower the wages, they're going to work cheaper. Those people are here for an opportunity. Nobody's worried about you. These companies are, a company is like an entity. It has to perform. It's like a person. It has to survive. Goldman Sachs laying off. The layoffs are going to be effective next week. But now we know Goldman Sachs is going to survive. But a lot of people don't understand it. Even a small business, it's like it has to survive. So they have to make cuts. It's not going to go bankrupt to take care of you and your family. What's the point? A lot of low-income people, regardless of race, and especially for women, your job is going to be, you're going to be replaced. So it's going to have a domino effect. So you've been holding down these men. Then you may start getting stressed out and say, hey, what can he do? He's busy living off of you, boo. That's what he do. He live off of you. You're paid for a boo, a kept man, a kept dust bucket. So then things sort of get stressful. And you know it's all on you. And you start to lash out and have the conversations. You want to have a man-to-man conversation with a dust bucket boy, it's not going to work. They're fussing over money. Let's see, she's 5 months pregnant. She might start getting sick any time off work. Then what? Can't you do something? He's not trying to hear all that. Then it escalates. So what do you think is going to happen with women, poor working class women, being replaced, your job replaced by the immigrant, and you taking care of a man, you holding him down? What's going to happen when that job ends? That's when the financial turmoil will begin. And then heated conversations, and you're speaking with him and he can't take it, he can't handle it, and you have his kids and he's thinking about child support. Guess what? You don't have to worry about ABO or and he's going to abort you in your life. And I'm thinking that's what happened here. He said his greatest fear having to pay child support.
His children all the time, but having to pay child support. He felt like nothing he did was ever good enough for Valdez. He also mentioned that one of his biggest fears was not being able to see his children all the time, but having to pay child support.
They don't want to pay child support, but they expect everybody else to pay for them. And we are paying for them. They expect everybody else to pay for their children. And we are paying for them. $50 billion liability dust bucket boy. I'm sure she thought, you could hear someone like me speaking. Oh, she's just, I don't know what she's talking about. She doesn't know. And I'm sure a lot of women like that. They think that until something happens. They think that until something happens. And unfortunately, now something major has happened. Something major has happened. So now what? Now what? Dusties bring drama, they bring death and trauma. The financial implications, too much stuff to the nation. We'll still pay for him while he's incarcerated. And now the mother and her husband, look how young those children are. The mother and her husband will now have to take on a responsibility of taking care of those kids. Mm-hmm. The orphan, so the widow maker, try the orphan maker. These women think, oh, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to change him, and no, I'm going to show him, I love him, and we're going to build this together, and I know we can do it. Somebody just hating on me. Oh, I got this. Do you really? Do you really? You think you got this? You are dealing with a person that is severely damaged, and you have no idea. You have no idea. You're dealing with deadly dusties. Anyway, it's crazy. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Ladies, love yourself. Be alert, be aware. There are too many deadly dusties out there. So we sat here on YouTube, and I'm out.